Afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio with her inaugural appearance.
My very
Meteorologist
first
Melissa
one.
Meter.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
It is exciting. So we're going to talk about the weekend.
It's looking like a nice weekend ahead.
It's going to be a good one. Again, warmer today after a cooler day yesterday, and just kind of, I think, going to continue to keep getting a little milder into the upcoming weekend.
Yeah, a little bit cooler tomorrow, but not cold by any means, and then things will rebound quickly for our Sunday, and you'll see that in just a second.
This is my bold prediction. Someone will hit 70 degrees on Sunday.
Oh, I absolutely think so, too.
But it will be windy, so.
Well, it'll be breezy. I wouldn't say windy.
Breezy to windy. So
breezy.
We'll get to Sunday in just a second. First, we'll pull up our weather graphics. We've done a really good job at kind of winning the weekend over the past 5 weekends, going back into February. Also, I just realized, I think this is interesting. February only has 28 days, but we had 5 weekends in February.
Oh.
I don't know, just kind of a little interesting tidbit there.
Oh.
But anyways, these are the high temperatures that we had through the month of February. All of them, every Saturday, every Sunday, above average temperatures. The coldest weekend day that we had, the 25th, or those bottom 2 boxes are actually this upcoming weekend.
Yes, they didn't happen yet.
They haven't happened yet. And it's not the 25th and 26th, it should be the 4th and 5th of March. So I misspoke. So there were only 4 weekends in February. But anyways, the coldest temperature we've had on a weekend the last 4 weekends is 47 degrees. That was on the 18th of February. That was 2 days after we had almost 9 inches of snow in Lincoln.
Yeah, and average temperatures for that time of year going several weekends back are going to be in the 40s and even in the upper 30s. So can't complain with the upper 40s for February. And if we take a look at what is supposed to be this weekend, but the 24th and the 26th at the bottom, our average high is 47. So it'll be 54.
So 10 to maybe 20 degrees above normal for the upcoming weekend for us here in Lincoln, and basically for everyone across the state. We'll look at the statewide high temperatures here in just a second. So everyone's going to be getting in on the nice weather.
I know. I might be breaking out the sandals on my way to work.
If you could, Melissa, I know you'd break out the pool forecast, but we're not there yet.
No, I mean, maybe a little bit of kiddie pool activity, but I'm not too sure. Not even my apartment pool, There was a little bit of debate back in the Weather Center back in maybe I think like September, late October, when it was still 80 degrees, and I was still showing the pool forecast. And everyone back there is like, Melissa,
pools are closed.
The pools are closed. And I said, not my pool. Not my pool. I'll invite everybody to my pool in my apartment.
Well, give it a few more weeks and we can break out the pool forecast. All right, here's a live look at sky cams from across the state. Again, not a bad Friday afternoon out there. Plenty of sunshine. Again, still working on our Beaver Crossing camera to get that back up and running. Right now in Lincoln, though, 53 at the airport, 51 at the studio. We're looking at blue skies, calm winds, Melissa. I mean, this is a peak early March day.
I mean, it is. Yesterday, we were, 44, 45 degrees?
Yeah.
So we are several degrees warmer than we were at this time yesterday. So
that's a live look at Lincoln. Again, in York, they have nice weather out there. A couple degrees cooler, 48 with calm winds in York. In Hastings, that's a live look at Burlington Avenue. 50 degrees in Hastings, light northwest wind, 9 miles an hour. In O'Neill, again, still some snow on the ground in O'Neill. They've had snow on the ground for quite a while. So a little bit cooler, 37. Feels like 31 with the northwest wind at 8 miles an hour. But again, temperatures statewide, again, ranging anywhere from the upper 30s to the mid 50s, kind of from north to south. So again, not a bad Friday, not a bad way to finish the work week for us.
Or to start off the weekend.
Or to start off the weekend. And you mentioned it'll pull up the 24-hour temperature change. Yesterday was cooler, wasn't cold by any means, but today 10 to 15 degrees warmer than what we had yesterday. So again, just that much better.
I know. Roll the windows down out for your lunch break or as you're heading home from work today.
Absolutely. So here's like the satellite radar picture. Things are fairly quiet. There's a little bit of precipitation on the radar up across parts of north central, northwestern Nebraska. Not sure how much of that is actually reaching the ground, Melissa, but nothing impactful. No,
I did look at a few of the traffic cams out there. Light snow is reported, but very light flurry activity from what we are seeing there.
And basically, as we head tonight and really through the weekend, not expecting much in the way of any precipitation. There could be maybe a little bit tomorrow, but any meaningful moisture not expected this weekend. That could change as we head into late next week, but we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But it looks like generally dry through the weekend.
Yeah, if anything accumulates snow-wise, it's going to be so pleasant this weekend, warm this weekend, that snow that will accumulate or possibly will melt through the course of the next several days.
And so you can see, looking regionally, things are pretty quiet in our neck of the woods. Same cannot be said for our neighbors to our east. Again, this is the system that brought severe weather down across the Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana region yesterday. And now it's bringing severe weather to areas as far south as Georgia, into Tennessee, Kentucky. Rain and snow across parts of the Great Lakes into Illinois. Looks like, Melissa, your hometown of Chicago, kind of a little bit of a mess there of precipitation type. So some active weather for some, but not for us today.
I haven't heard from my parents yet, so all must be good and fine so far. They can only take, I think I saw maybe 2 to 4 inches of snow where my family's at.
In Chicago or near Chicago?
Yeah. So
that's not bad.
No.
But yeah, so again, active for some, not so much for us. Again, that could change as we head into the week next week. So here's Skycast again, running you through the rest of today and then through the weekend. So the rest of our Friday, again, there could be some moisture out west. We're not talking really anything meaningful. Clouds kind of roll through Lincoln and eastern Nebraska overnight tonight, and then into the day on Saturday. Looks like plenty of sunshine as we head into the afternoon. A little bit of a northwest breeze, should be pretty light. I think, again, kind of like what we have out there today. Should be a really nice Saturday afternoon, Melissa.
It will be a little bit cooler. We will have a cold front swing through today. So if it is a few 2-3 degrees cooler than today, that would be wise. So,
but still a very nice start to the weekend. And then as we head Saturday into Sunday, a little weak system kind of moving across the Dakotas could potentially bring in some scattered showers, maybe rain or snow to parts of the state Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening and then Sunday night. Again, our in-house model here generally keeps most things dry, though. What you do notice, though, is our wind arrows out of the south and moving pretty quickly, because I think the big story for the day on Sunday, not only going to be the mild temperatures, but the wind. Again, early in March and in the spring season, when we get these nice warm-ups, a lot of the time it's because we have a pretty stiff southern wind.
Yeah, it's funneling in a little bit more moisture, a little bit of that warmer air. So no surprise that we're going to see southwesterly winds for our day on Sunday, because high temperatures are going to top out, in the 50s and 60s across the area.
And maybe close to 70 degrees.
Yes.
So this is a look at future wind gusts. Again, this is our in-house model. Again, winds won't be as much of an issue tonight or during the day on Saturday, but Sunday they will be. So again, this is starting Saturday night, midnight, and then runs through the day on Sunday. You can see the breezy winds kind of start out west. By Sunday morning, we could be looking at those winds gusting out of the south, southeast, up to around 25 to maybe 35 miles an hour. Those winds potentially gusting as high as 30 to 40 miles an hour as we head into the late morning, early afternoon for parts of eastern Nebraska. And those strong wind gusts likely continuing through the afternoon before they begin to die down at least a little bit towards Sunday night.
Maybe a little bit more windy.
Maybe a little bit more windy. So breezy out there. I was potentially going to go golfing on Sunday, but that may get kicked back to Saturday because of the wind.
I mean,
good kite flying weather though.
Oh yeah.
So there you go. I might take the kids out to
that's a good idea.
To my parents, and they could fly the kites. So as far as temperatures are concerned, Melissa, I'll let you run through these through the weekend. Again, they're looking pretty good.
We're only going to fall to the 20s, lower 30s across the area for our Saturday morning. The average for this time of year is 24. So pretty seasonably mild overnight and into the morning, and then a little bit cooler for our Saturday because that cold front moves through today, but generally still seasonably mild for this time of year. A little bit cooler in the northeastern half of the state in the 40s, southeastern half of Nebraska primarily in the low to mid 50s. So
54 in Lincoln still looks pretty nice though.
Especially for early March.
No, absolutely. And then lows into Sunday morning, about 10 to 15 degrees above normal.
Yeah, we're going to see a little bit more cloud cover, so it's going to keep some of that warmer temperatures at bay. Going to be in the 30s across the area, so 34 in Lincoln. And then here we go. Here comes our Sunday afternoon. Whew. It's going to be looking and feeling real nice, that's for sure.
Still, again, areas like I point out O'Neill just because we saw them on their Skyview camera. Mm-hmm. They still have snow on the ground, so they're still going to be, but still 52 degrees, again, for them. Going to continue to melt off that snowpack that's still out there for a lot of folks in northern Nebraska. But we're talking low to mid, maybe even upper 60s for south central, southeastern Nebraska. Right now, Hebron, right around 70. Again, my prediction is someone hits 70 on Sunday.
I mean, I can hope it's going to be Lincoln, but I'm going to give probably the 60s is what we're going to stay in.
I think, looking at the models today, mid-60s is the very high end of the models right now. Certainly has the potential to be a little bit cooler than that, but we're going to keep our fingers crossed for some nice weather. Again, it's spring now. It's meteorological spring now, so this is the time of year when we start seeing more of these.
And I'm happy about it.
And enjoy it, because the other shoe kind of begins to drop then as we head into the week next week. Weekend looking really nice, breezy on Sunday and warm. Not as warm on Saturday, but still nice. Not as breezy, though. But then if we look at longer range models, we'll look at the European model. As we head through the week next week, we kind of begin to enter. We've talked about it for the last couple days. You know, when we showed the outlook for the whole month of March, colder than normal was the the forecast from the Climate Prediction Center, are better than average odds for colder than normal temperatures. And we're going to start to enter that period where we're going to start to see those colder than normal temperatures. And with the colder than normal, we're also going to potentially see some active conditions as we head through the week next week. So Monday, a bit of a transition day. Temperatures won't be too bad. They're certainly be cooler than Sunday, but we should be generally dry. But then as we head Tuesday and into Wednesday of next week, longer range models bring another system back into the region. There's still plenty of time before this system arrives for a lot of these details to potentially change. So I would urge everyone to make sure you check back early next week for this system. But Melissa, looks like some kind of system moving through towards the middle and end of next week that could potentially bring snow to a good chunk of the area. So this is Thursday at 5. You know, the European model, even by Friday at 5, still has snow in the area.
Yeah. And, you know, temperatures, like I said, are going to be getting colder. So with colder temperatures, better chances to see snow or rain. Things are still hovering in the 40, upper 30-degree range, which will show the 7-day forecast and those temperatures. But that can also impact if we're going to see rain-snow mix, snow. So because this is still several days out, at this time, most of the models showing snow. But, of course, stay updated with us over.
But certainly probably the next big thing that we're watching is middle and end of the week next week. So here's a look at the future snowfall potential. Again, not going to show you any numbers, just kind of show you this is the European model. And again, through that time frame, late next week, it does have quite a bit of snow across a good chunk of the region, not just the state, but of the region. And also the American GFS model. Oops. We're not going to show the whole, well, we showed the whole thing there. We want to show through Friday at 5. Again, it has a good chunk of snow across the state. So both long-range models picking up on something moving through middle and end of the week next week. And again, so the mild weekend that we're going to be having over the next couple days is going to give way to those colder and maybe more active conditions next week. So this is just the max temperatures over the next 10 days. Again, Lincoln on top. You can kind of go through and kind of pick out your closest location from wherever you're watching from. But you can see the trend the next 3 days, including today. The weather looks like it's going to be pretty nice. Monday, Tuesday, kind of those transition days, Melissa. And then high temperatures late next week into the following weekend, you know, anywhere from the upper 20s to the upper 30s.
Yep, so snow absolutely not out of, if we do get precipitation, snow is absolutely not out of the question, as temperatures will be around or below freezing. But moral of the story here is enjoy our 50s and 60s over the course of the weekend, because they won't be lasting long.
Because they will not last forever.
No.
It's sad. So, but anyways, Brandon, meteorologist Brandon Rector, will have more details on the upcoming weekend, as well as maybe the potential for some moisture and colder temperatures next week coming up later this afternoon on 10, 11, now at 4, as well as 5, 6, and 10. And I will say stay tuned to the 4 o'clock show today. We're going to do some fun stuff because today is actually meteorologist Brandon Rector's 15-year anniversary at 10/11. So not going to give anything away just yet, but we have some fun things planned.
I know, 15 years is a long time, so congratulations to him. You know, I'm only 24, so that's just over, you know, over half my lifetime.
Yep,
that's a long time.
Yep, I know. So he's been here a long time. So congratulations to him, and we'll have some fun stuff on the 4 o'clock show later today. So hopefully he's not watching right now, and I didn't just spoil the surprise. He's probably crunching the numbers right now, so...
If you are watching, Brandon, forget everything that we said.
Just said. and then act surprised during the 4 o'clock show.
Yes.
So anyways, again, thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. Again, as always, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel where we're live right now, please do that. You can scan this QR code right there. That'll take you to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as turn on those notifications so you can get notified when we're live. We'll always bring you some interesting news, weather, and sports updates from the 1011 streaming studio. So appreciate everyone watching and hope everyone has a good Friday and a good weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Enjoy the nice temperatures. Enjoy the weekend. And if you need some weather updates over the weekend,
She's got
I got it.
She's got them. All right, appreciate it, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.